but they turned around and looked at the boisterous wind. When you turn around your eyes off from Jesus, fear will enter you. And when fear comes in, faith will be crippled. When faith is crippled, you start drowning. Unless you shout like Peter, help me, you will die in the presence of Jesus. Now hear this. Come back to that verse. Whose feet they had with the fetters. So when Joseph arrived, sold out, all right, by his brothers, betrayed, I don't know what was going on in his mind. Maybe he went through a series of depression. I can't even imagine. Do you know it is only the 2 seasons of Joseph's life? Because Joseph had 4 seasons. Season 1 is at home and his brothers are hating him. He's in Potiphar's house and he's having good time. And then something happened. Because you know, with the seasons, let me tell you, those of you who watch movies, what they do is, before it ends, they give you appetite. The way it ends dramatic. So that you now want to know what has happened. So season 1 is going on nicely, but it ends dramatic because it is ending where Joseph is sold. So if you are watching it, you will say, hey, let me go to season 2. So season 2, the guy arrived. He's in Potiphar's house. The clothes have changed. And in all the seasons, there was a garment given to him. In his father's house, garment of many colors. In Potiphar's house, Potiphar clothed him with a garment. Are you with me? In prison, he removed Potiphar's clothes. The wife took that garment. He ran out of the room without any clothes. Are you with me? So the garment was taken because the season had changed. You need to put on another garment. When the season changes, your garment will be taken away. So you'll be putting on rags because the season has changed. So he has entered prison. When in prison, he's on another garment. When the season ended in prison, another garment was introduced. The Bible said, Pharaoh called for Joseph, and Joseph first of all went to barber shop and changed his clothes because now the season has changed. Now this is what I want to tell you. Only 2 seasons of those 4 was God, where the seasons God told Joseph that he was with him. With Joseph, because it was obvious he was in his father's house and there was love, everything was flowing well, so there was no need to say that God was with Joseph. But when he arrived in Potiphar's house, the Bible tells us, and God was with Joseph, because God needed to assure him, because there was a contract according to pattern. But in Potiphar's house, there was a need for prophecy. There was a need for encouragement. Are you talking? Am I talking to somebody here? Can you talk to me? I say, am I talking to somebody here? Listen to me. In Potiphar's house, when he arrived there was a need for God to say that I am with you. You are in Potiphar's house. I am with you. You are sold as a servant, a slave, but I am with you. So that's the time when you go through stuff. That's the time when there's a contradiction. That's the time when you read the Bible, when you pray. Some of us who are prayer warriors, when we bow in our knees in prayer, the visions I see when I pray and when I come to preach the word, there's a contradiction, because from the place of prayer I see thousands, but when I come physically it's just a small number. So I'm asking God, are you with me? So he must confirm with me that I am with you. So the reason why I keep on pushing, regardless, irrespective of what is happening, is because he has said something. Are you hearing me? In the prison, the thing is becoming worse. He lands in prison, and God has to come and say, even in prison, those are the 2 seasons. in Potiphar's house and in the prison. That's where the Bible says, and God was with Joseph. And he made everything that he did in Potiphar's house, in the prison, to prosper. The prison warden gave the keys of the prison to the priest, and there was no prison break because the guy began to evangelize. Are you hearing me? The guy began to bring the God of the Hebrews. The guy began to exercise his gift. The guy began to interpret the dreams. But when he interprets the dreams, there's no Facebook to stream it live. So no one knows that the dreams are being interpreted. Are you hearing me? So the guy is performing miracles, but there's no one to herald it because the season has not changed. You have to wait for a season to change, because when the season changes, you don't have to announce nothing. So he interpreted the dreams. No thank you, no offering, no tithe, no seed, nothing. But he's interpreting dreams. Why? Because he's sharpening his gift. He's sharpening his gift. Can I talk to somebody? When David killed the bear, Ajazela never streamed it. Are you hearing me? When David killed the lion, BBC never carried the news because the season had not changed. It was a training time. It was an equipment moment. It was katatismos. It is a season where you are equipped and furnished. So don't be a fool to look at the physical things to interpret the spiritual things. For the things of the physical cannot be interpreted by the things of the spiritual. You are not hearing me. Our outward man is perishing. Man is renewed every day. Because he lives, I can face tomorrow. So in the valley, I know that I am in the valley, but he's a God of the valley. He's not just a God of the mountains, he's a God of the valley. Am I talking to somebody here? So that season in prison, God needed to prove that he was with him. But when Joseph came out of prison and in palace and is now serving fellow, he has become a governor. There's no mention that God was with him because it was so obvious. You look at the circumstances, you know there is God here. No. I don't know who I'm talking to, but there's gonna be a turnaround. There's gonna be a shifting. The seasons are shifting. Can I tell you something? The Lord spoke to me when I was in prayer about 2025. I asked God, what is 2025? He said, abundance of grace. I said, what do you mean? He said, it's the year of abundance of grace. 2025 will go through stuff, but there'll be enough grace. I want to say, there will be trials, there will be tribulation, there will be wars, there will be fighting. The economies of the world will crash. The Lord has shown us more than once, more than twice, how the economies of the world are going to crash, including your economy. It's going to come down. 2025. But you are not hearing. I said, but the people who know their God shall be strong and do exploits. And I asked God, what is the wisdom? He said, if you can buy dollars, buy them. Buy them. If you can, I'm telling you, if you can buy dollars, buy them. Aile komena